exit ramp at I-10 and 301. So you can see you've got a truck basically blocking 301. One lane kind of getting by here. Same story here on the other side of 301. And of course, that's going to have impacts along I-10. So quick look here. If you're traveling the I-10 westbound ramp to 301, it's here along 301 at I-10. So you can see 301 in both directions at I-10 down to one lane. So things are going to be slow if you are traveling in the Baldwin area. And you've got a semi basically across the lane. So again, the I-10 westbound ramp to 301 also impacted down to one lane there as well. And then 301 itself looks like it's down to one lane on each side. But the red you see here is actually because of construction that starts out towards McClenny, and all eastbound lanes between McClenny and Baldwin are closed, so you need to use US 90 instead. And you can see the northbound and southbound lanes are impacted. They are letting traffic go intermittently, but basically only one lane is open. So it's slow in that area because of that crash involving that semi across the lanes. And again, the I-10 westbound ramp to 301 impacted as well. Only one lane there is open. The good news here is that the construction that started out towards McClenny on I-10 eastbound, that has since been cleared. So if you need to travel between McClenny and Baldwin on I-10 eastbound, it looks like you can do that. Towards downtown, no issues, about 15 to 20 minutes, so pretty normal there. That's great. Does look like they have been able to move the semi that was across the lanes here of 301 at I-10, but you can see that there's still kind of on and off work going on here, slowing down traffic to one lane on both sides, and at the moment kind of stopped altogether. So again, that's on 301 itself at I-10, but also the I-10 westbound ramp to 301 is impacted as well by that crash. But at least they've moved the semi, so they're making good progress. Atlantic Beach and JTB here are moving up to speed. Anything else comes in, I'll let you know. So you can see the vehicle right here, a lot of front end damage, JFRD on scene along with JSO. And it does look like maybe that turn ramp onto 95 southbound is what's blocked, but the lanes of 95 are open. This is on Airport Road right there by 95. So look out for that crash with injuries, especially if you are in that area. Another thing that we've been following throughout the morning would be the crash along 301 at I-10. Mostly it's 301 that's impacted by this, and we are still seeing some slowdowns on 301. But also the I-10 westbound ramp, you see a lane block there as well. So if you're traveling through Baldwin, expect some delays there near I-10 and 301. Saw a tractor trailer that was kind of across the lanes here of 301 at I-10. We have now learned from Florida Highway Patrol that was a tractor trailer that was carrying around 1 million bees. And so we're still seeing delays in this area because they have beekeepers on scene trying to collect thousands of bees that are still in the area. So they've since moved the tractor trailer, but the slowdowns are out here because apparently we've got an issue with bees. This is here along 301 and I-10. Main issue is along 301. But again, it was a crash this morning between that tractor trailer and a pickup. And now we have a bee swarm basically in the area. So that's why you're seeing big delays here along 301 at I-10 with basically only one lane open on each side. Again, beekeepers are in the area. They're trying to wrangle up these bees and handle this situation. But if you can, if it was me, I would just avoid this altogether. So we'll keep following this. Of course, I mean, like I said, an odd one. I can't remember the last time I had a traffic situation like this, but we'll keep you updated. This is a first for me as well. So they're moving around the camera a little bit, but you can see here in the distance where this situation actually is along 301 right there at I-10. So earlier this morning, there was a tractor trailer crash right across these lanes here of 301 near I-10. That tractor trailer was carrying around 1 million bees. It was involved in a crash, and now we essentially have a bee swarm in the area. So beekeepers are out there trying to wrangle thousands of bees, and forgive me, FDOT seems to be moving around the camera. I can't really control that. But now they are trying to wrangle all of those bees that are in the area, and that's why you're seeing such heavy delays along 301. So they're urging the public to really use caution. I mean, if you have a bee allergy, I would definitely avoid this area, but it's 301 near I-10. Beekeepers are in the area trying to handle this situation, but again, they are urging the public to please use caution. So we have a bee swarm that's the result of a crash from earlier this morning. A tractor trailer was carrying bees. It was involved in a crash on 301 at I-10, and now they have beekeepers in the area trying to wrangle up thousands of bees that escaped from that tractor trailer. So if you are in the Baldwin area, you're urged to use caution, keep those windows rolled up if you're going to be driving near 301 and I-10. It does look like one lane in each direction on 301 is open, but again, look out for a lot of activity in that area, guys. Beekeepers in the area trying to kind of wrangle up the thousands of bees that escaped after there was a crash this morning involving a tractor trailer that was hauling the bees. So again, that's in the Baldwin area. You want to use a lot of caution. We do have another crash with injuries right here on the ramp from Airport Road onto 95 southbound. Look out for a lane blocked in that area, and another crash here along 295 northbound, the ramp to Heckscher. The right turn lane there is blocked.
So on your sides,
Baldwin area. Earlier this morning, there was a crash involving a tractor trailer that was carrying about 1 million bees. When that crash occurred, as you can imagine, a lot of the bees got loose. So they're still trying to wrangle thousands of bees in the area. According to Florida Highway Patrol, there are beekeepers there trying to handle the situation. This is on 301, very close to I-10. So you can use 301, but be careful. Keep those windows rolled up, and they're urging a lot of caution for the public if you are headed